Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vanita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys the AVA series. That is Ask Vanita Just About Anything. I know that people have been submitting their questions, and I have them all. And it all depends on how this, this length of the video will go. There's a certain time when I actually say I will add it onto the next segment, so it all depends on what that is. They wouldn't be short anyways. I don't do short videos, so some of you that are my regular viewers, you know that. So I will dive deep into the questions that were submitted, and if for whatever reason your questions didn't make it here, then keep looking. It's going to be in the next one, whenever that one airs. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. I do have quite a bit of content in this channel, so do have a look at those and see if that's going to be helping you in your soul's journeys, especially if you're twin flames. Seems to be what I draw to me anyways, is twin flames. So take a look at all of that and see if any of my videos will give you guys additional support. That's what my whole point is, to give you guys as much support as I can. Especially this journey can be very confusing, and it is trying, and it's confusing for the best of us. So let alone, people that are just stumbling into the journey and their twin flame and all that sort of thing. So yeah, we will dive deep into all of this, but before we actually do, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that want to purchase any private sessions with me, you can do so directly from my website. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and self-book directly from all of that in my website. I also want to add that 10% of twinflameunion sales also go to charity. All that information is in my website. You can take a look at any of those, along with a lot of blogs. I have about almost 80 blogs in the website, so you can take a look at all of those and see how additionally you can get guidance from my content. So without further ado, this is Ask Vanita Anything, and there were a lot of questions that were submitted, so I'm gonna dive deep into it. Here we go. The first question that Atul is asking: are goosebumps part of twin flame merge process? Twin flame merge process, if you're asking other people about whether this particular sign is a twin flame merge process, then I'm gonna say off the bat that wouldn't be it. The reason why I said that is, if you are going through a merge process, you will actually know it yourself. Your inner knowing will happen. You will know 100% that that's happening. You don't need to ask anybody else for any validation regarding this. Goosebumps are definitely not part of merge process. Merge process is actually a little bit more intricate than it actually looks. You must have heard, if you're a twin flame and you are in a twin flame journey, you guys mirror your personalities, your attributes, your healing, and your fears, your blocks with each other. So that is the merge process that is there. It actually is more of a condition that happens. I have written an article on it, and you may want to check that one out on twin flame merge process, what that looks like. It only happens when you have actually started doing a lot of healing. Healing is not the everyday living that you are doing. It's actually going deep into your dark nights, or the dark night of the soul moment, or your you've booked sessions with healers, you've actually healed your subconscious blocks, your unconscious blocks, you've gone into your past life and you've looked and found out reasons why you have things that you have wanted to deal with, or things that have come up in your healing. It could be inner child healing, all of that sort of thing. It's day to day, and I want to say the merge process doesn't happen in the early stages of your twin flame connection. That happens actually a few years into the connection, when you've actually spent day and night into your healing process. I didn't go through my own twin flame merge process until last year, and that was very, very vigorous. It was insane, and I knew I had entered my inner union and the merge process in one of my healing sessions. I didn't know that that's what would have happened when I actually booked the sessions with this particular healer, and it was a very remarkable experience. But you would actually know in your connection when that happens, when you're actually doing the merge. The merge process is also, there's certain telltale signs on that, where you start to basically adapt some of their qualities and some of their, they will, and of course this is all mirrored back, where they will do the same thing. You will start acquiring some of their qualities, some of their physical traits, some of their cultures, some of their day-to-day things that they are involved in. You will start to adapt automatically. It happens automatically. It's not something that you actually start doing on your own. It just starts to happen, and those are some of the things that are part of the merge process. And I have that article where you can actually read and have a look at it. The reason why that is the merge process is because you were not actually born with some of those things, some of the things that I mentioned anyways. You could have been in physical traits, physical appearance and all that sort of thing. Of course, you were born into it, but there's going to be other aspects of the merge process where you actually started to adapt as part of what they are all about. And that happens automatically. Like I said, you can't actually force that. So back to this question, goosebumps are not part of twin flame merge process, but they are just having that awareness of the connection, meaning that if you are getting goosebumps when you see your twin flame or you think about it, it's just the way that your body is telling you that you've known this person before, that this person is somebody significant in your life. It could be part of the soul shock or the spiritual awakening or the twin flame awakening. It's part of that. Definitely not part of merge, because merge is a little bit more deeper aspect of the twin flame connection than the initial awareness of it. And your soul will work different ways to make sure that you are constantly being reminded, or you're aware of your connection. And there's going to be many aspects where you're going to be, even if you are in separation and you suddenly feel this weird goosebumps all over your body, that's just them thinking about you. And I have mentioned that as a sign. If you look at my other videos, it would be signs that that your twin flame is thinking about you, or I've got so many videos like that, so you'll have to dig into those and see where I mentioned the goosebumps. I don't remember when I record them, but they're there. And also in my article as well, there's that telepathy one. I believe that's probably got that, or it's gonna be something to that effect. You'll have to go through my blogs as well. Like I said, I write a lot, and I don't know where you'll find it, but you can look into my search bar in my website and just look, type goosebumps and see where the goosebumps oh my god, excuse me, where the goosebumps are mentioned in my website, because those articles will pop up. So yeah, try just typing in goosebumps on my search bar, and have a look and see where it's mentioned. And those articles will pop, and then you can take a look at it. But this was definitely a good question, because this is one of the most common signs that you get when you are dealing with your twin flame. It's and I would say that it's not just in the beginning stages of it. It's gonna be there in almost all stages of your journey and connection. Biggest part that I want to say with goosebumps is definitely that awareness, that soul awareness, or that recognition that that this is somebody that's going to be very significant in your life, or somebody that is already very significant in your life. So it's the work of your higher self that that brings these kind of signs. I call it telltale signs, and just some of the things that happen. So yeah, so have a look at those articles. They'll give you a better idea. And definitely, it was a good question. Are goosebumps part of twin flame merge process? Not necessarily twin flame merge process, but there's other aspects where it's actually there. So little different than merge process. So that was Atul's question. Thank you for your question. Here we go. We've got another question that Kogomatsu is asking. Hopefully I've pronounced your name correctly. I need to know why I get shivers when seeing this person, and when I forget about them, I dream of the person all over again. This is very similar to the goosebump question. When you get shivers, when you see them, it's just that intense attraction. That's what it is. When you, for those ladies that have read romance novels, that's the case. You read romance novels, and that's what the girl is experiencing when she meets the guy, right? So it's part of that. If you want to look at it this way, it's that intense attraction towards your counterpart or your person. So yeah, you will definitely get shivers, and that again is part of the fact that it's like your soul is asking you to be aware of this person. It's basically the soul awareness and the soul recognition, the part of soul shock. It's just giving you little cues that this person is very significant to you, or will be down the road, or is, or however way that it's trying to portray it to you in that moment of. So usually that's what that is. It's knowing, it's your inner knowing, and you get shivers because if you are in a soul connection, especially that deep as twin flame connection, you've had many lifetimes with them. So the shivers is basically just giving you that awareness that okay, you have my attention. What is this all about? So that's basically, in a nutshell, what your body is trying to tell you. When it comes to your twin flame connection, it's asking you to pay attention, or it heralds your attention. It's like, okay, I'm listening. What are you trying to tell me? So that's the same thing as goosebumps. It's the same process, and as well as shivers. So and shivers, usually if you think about it, when do you get goosebumps? It's usually when you are cold, so you've got this little thing going, right? So that's basically when, you know, it's that sensitivity in the body, right? So that's, I want to say that those two are very similar experience. So anytime you get shivers or goosebumps, it's basically part of that awareness that I talked about. So and you know, if, and then the second part of her question was that when she tries to forget about this person, then, you know, this person starts coming in her dreams, and that is very, very common as well, where your twin flame will come into your dreams. It's all part of that 5D aspect. You may want to check out my 5D video or my article. I've mentioned that a lot. Also part of telepathy, you know, twin flames giving you insights on certain things. You're supposed to be keeping a dream journal. So if you haven't started that, I really, really highly suggest that you buy a journal or a book and you dedicate it just for dreams, because if you're getting some prophecies through dreams, you may want to record them and then see how it unfolds in physical reality as time goes, because sometimes you dream of certain things and it doesn't make sense to you, but as you go further into your journey, 6 months, 3 months down the road, more insights come and you get that aha moment that, okay, this is what the dream was trying to tell me, or, you know, whatever have you. So your twin flame will give you lots of clues. And I really say that, you know, for those that are dreaming of your twin flame, you know, try to make sense of what they're trying to tell you in the dream. Sometimes, you know, it's sometimes they're giving you lots of clues through dreams too, and or if there's things that they want to say which they cannot say in physical reality, then they will say it to you in your dreams, and that happens all the time for a lot of twin flames. And yeah, it is correct. I'm pretty certain 100% that your twin flame is also dreaming of you. It's very common that that happens, and yeah, you it's not just that you are dreaming of them, they are dreaming of you as well. So hopefully this kind of answered your question. And the next question I have here is by, okay, some people have different kind of names in their YouTube, you know, like the account that they create. So this is obviously not this person's real name, but this is what she goes by, or he goes by. Sustainable World. Sustainable World is asking, is it true that there are only 144 chosen ones? I've already mentioned that as part of the myth that I debunked in a blog as well as on YouTube video, and I do not know where people cooked up this. It is a part of, it is in the Revelations chapter in the Bible. About, it is mentioned there about 144 souls, but in what context it's mentioned, you may want to check that out. I have, in my article, I have linked the actual you know, Bible verse, and I've highlighted it so you can read it. It doesn't say anything about twin flames. It never did. It never talked about anybody on a spiritual journey. It never talked about anything of anything. So it was something that got created by somebody, and it's been spreading around as a myth, and that's what it is. Part of the entire twin flame journey is to get out of your ego consciousness, and this is basically all ego based, that there are certain twin flames, or twin flames are chosen ones. Think about how it actually sounds, that are going to save the earth, or they're going to bring the they're going to raise the ascension to the planet, and all those kind of mumbo jumbo, when there are other people that live here as well. How realistic does that actually even sound? It doesn't. It sounds very egoistic, and that's exactly what it is. The reason why I say that is because we've got almost 8 billion people on this planet Earth, and 144,000 souls do not make sense to me, especially when there is people that are also is part of dying. Part of living is also part of dying. So there's lots of twin flames that are dying as well. In fact, I know so many of my clients where actually few anyways. I know so many twin flames have lost their twin flames in embodiment, and I know personally a few of my clients that have lost their twin flames. So that doesn't really make sense. There, you know, there is something called evolution. So part of living is part of dying as well. So it's a cycle, and this 144,000 has no accuracy to that in realistic terms. So I would say that for those that are drawn to this 144 number, you can look up the angel number behind that. If it is sync for you, it's definitely a sync as an angel number and its meaning. So you can have a look at what that means. You can Google it. There's so many good writers that have interpreted that number. So take a look at how that actually applies to you. The way that I said it in one of my articles, that is the 12, I can't speak today, forgive me, the 12 stages of spiritual alchemy. I've mentioned it there. 12 times 12 is 144. So that's how I explained it. It's actually your ascension process. And yes, 144,000 is very, very important as an angel number, but chosen ones, definitely not. In my own spiritual journey, I've mentioned this before, and that is that I have met so many non-twin flames that are also in the same soul's journey, where they're trying to raise the consciousness of the earth, or they're trying to go through their own ascension process, and they're raising their vibrations. So there is definitely more than 144,000 souls that are doing this. It doesn't make sense. I've already read across so many in my journey, so that doesn't, and this is just the ones that are known to me. Certainly not the ones that are all over the world. So yeah, I think that this is cooked up by somebody that didn't understand the whole aspect of the journey, or again, I always say this, that teachers, gurus, and all these kind of people that are out there, they are teaching anything based out of their own consciousness. So if their consciousness is not there, it's very limited, then you're gonna definitely get very limited base things. And the whole point, you want to make sure that they have ascended enough where they have removed all sorts of egoistic traits and ideas, ideologies, and their way of living, their way of understanding out of their equation, in order to be able to fully explain it to you or teach it to you. I personally have been in this journey for 5 years now, and I want to say that all the people that are the movers and shakers that I got the understanding out of the twin flame journey do not support the 144,000 souls, chosen ones supposedly. So they don't support it, and I never did either. So if you want to believe it, that's up to you. You can believe whatever you want, but it's not true what you hear. Not everything that you hear is correct. So my suggestion would be for you to go into a meditative state, check with your guides, and get some insights why you are getting the 144,000 as a angel number, because that's probably a good reason why you're getting them. So you have to figure it out on your own, what that means to you. Second part of the question that this person has asked. Let me see if she actually asks this or she's just making a comment, because I took a screenshot of it. Okay, so she's talking about, in the second part, I'll just mention it, and I'll just kind of elaborate a little bit. Seeing once has something to do with it. I saw 11, 11, 11 today, and I have been seeing 101 everywhere as well as 11, 11. So additionally, this video has 119 views, yet another thing. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. So yeah, I always say that number 11 is a twin flame number. So yeah, if you see 11s all over the place, it's very profound. I have written an article on it, so you can have a look at it. I think I've also done a video, skirts of videos here and there where I mentioned number 11, why that's significant, as well as you may want to check out my a video where I mentioned 1111 and why you see them so much. So yeah, you can have a look at all that information. It is true that you will continue to see a lot of 11s in your journey, because that's what that means. Next question. Bear with me because I have to just kind of scroll through here to see where the rest of the questions are. So, and they're not necessarily just anywhere. So I'm gonna actually pause the video because I'll have to go in and find the rest of the questions. So hopefully you guys can follow along in the next following questions here. Okay, so the next question that Luminous Warts is saying or asking, she actually does a little bit of a blip here, so I'm going to read that all out. Hi, Vanita, how are you? First, I would like to tell you I love your energy. Thank you so much. I believe you are very balanced and intelligent in your journey. That's actually nice to hear, just because, yeah, I try, and I've mentioned this just in the last question, that teachers and healers and people that are, you're interacting in your twin flame journey, they're all based out of their own consciousness. So if you find that my energy is well balanced, I have put a lot of work in my journey, and you are a reflection of who you are based on the amount of work you've actually placed. And it hasn't been an easy ride. If you were to meet me 6-7 years ago, I was not the same person that I am today. So, and that's something that when I hear things like this, definitely gives me assurance to just keep going. So I definitely appreciate these kind of feedbacks. Thank you so much. You've also have helped me balance back to my energy and enjoyment of life since my separation from my twin flame. That is true. What I do is, if you follow my work and if you understand what I'm trying to teach you guys, the whole point of the entire twin flame journey is to, make the best of your life and your living experience, whether it is with or without your twin flame. And if you find that you are enjoying your life and you're not stuck in whatever is happening in your connection and you're starting to live again, that's actually a really, really good aspect of the journey. So I want to say that congratulations if you feel this way, or some of you that are in that boat, because yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're enjoying your life however way it's supposed to, with or without your twin flame. And if you follow any of my teachings or understand what I am actually trying to teach you guys, it's really reassuring to hear this kind of feedbacks from people that are following my more work. So congratulations, I am proud of you, and keep going. You are on the right track. So but my question is, what happens when you stop dreaming and thinking about your twin soul? I still get signs like 333 all the time, but I'm really starting to move forward with my life without the obsession of thinking about my twin flame. I've stopped smoking, having casual, I think that's what she's saying. So I've stopped smoking and have stopped casual relationships, and I love my alone time. So again, you're on the right track. Does this mean I'm alone forever? I mean, that doesn't even sound okay. So she's basically asking, does this mean that I'm going to be alone forever? So in the nutshell, what she's saying is that she is not hung up and obsessed about her twin flame anymore. She's focusing on her life, and she's more she's trying to figure out what is the next step, and basically enjoying her alone time, enjoying her life, and living her life. That's the gist of what her energy seems to be at. And good for you that you stopped smoking, because you're going to add more years to your living experience. So congratulations there. That's really, really good. You definitely are on the path of raising your vibration or your healing, and you are definitely at that stage where you've kind of leaving all the things that are no longer serving you, and you're moving into the next shift of your paradigm. So that's really, really good. If you're in that stage, definitely you want to be there, and in this case she is. So what she's asking is what happens when you stop dreaming and thinking about your twin flame? So that was one of the questions that she asked. I'm just trying to skim through some of the things that she said here. So if you've stopped dreaming of your twin flame, or you're stopped having that obsession with your twin flame, that's actually a really, really good sign when it comes to law of attraction. People don't believe that law of attraction has anything to do with people that are on a soul's journey, or especially on a twin flame journey. And I have news for you, definitely is, because the whole point that I'm going to explain to you in a law of attraction manner is that you attract who you are, not what you want. So if you're wanting your twin flame and you are not in that same vibrational energy as them, or you're not in the right vibration, everything is energy, you gotta realize, and the whole universe is made of energy. So if you're not in the right energy, then definitely you're gonna have lots of hiccups when it comes to your connection. So you attract who you are, not what you want. And if you want your twin flame, you definitely won't, it's a soul connection, and it's definitely not going to happen in that sense. You have to, in order for you to attract that high value person, you have to become it. And that's the biggest lesson that everybody has to understand watching this, that you have to become it. If you want love, you have to become it. If you want a relationship, you become it. If you want your twin flame, you have to become that. You have to, and you cannot fool your twin flame. They will be constantly running away from you vibrationally if you're not where you're supposed to be on a vibrational level. And that's me included, and this is part of some of the things that are happening. If you want some, you want to have a really fruitful, eventful life, and you want to be everything that you desire, you have to become that. And when you become that, it could very well be that it wouldn't be your twin flame. It depends on where they are in their soul's journey. If they haven't matched to your vibration, then somebody is gonna come that's gonna be way, way better than your twin flame. And at the end of the day, all this work that you've put on for yourself, and all these kind of aspirations, desires, wants that you wanted out of your partner, if your twin flame is not going to fulfill that, there's going to be somebody definitely way better that's going to be given to you by the universe. So you have to really be open to that idea that it could be somebody much, much, much better than what you wanted it to be. So not necessarily this is a bad thing. This is actually a good thing. If you have stopped thinking about your twin flame and you're not dreaming much about them, or you're focusing on yourself. Your alone time is the best time when you don't have any distractions when it comes to your twin flame journey. You really should be mastering your alone time, because when you master your alone time, when you're not afraid to be alone, is when you will actually find the woman of your dreams, the man of your dreams, right? And it could be very well your twin flame. You don't know that, but you shouldn't be afraid to live alone. And that's something that is life's biggest lesson. And that's something that this journey will teach you. A good example is last month. Yeah, it's only 21 days when my little girl passed away, my cat she was 16 and a half years old. So she had seen everything with me. She had seen 4 homes, and she passed away in her own home. And it was the way that whole thing ended up happening. It was really, really, it was horrific. And she had a cardiac, it was something that was coming on, and The vets were saying put her down, and that was something that I couldn't do. I couldn't find myself to do that. She was still tugging along and wanting to fight, and the intensive care happened for about 2 weeks, where day in day out, she was looked after, tried to make things better for her, trying to see if she will just snap out of it. She couldn't. Her time was up, and it was something that was very, very hard for her parents to know and learn. It's a life-changing situation for her parents, and it's something that I'm learning from there. And now I have to learn to live alone all by myself, and that's something that is terrifying the living bejesus out of me. And it's a process, but what I have started to see, and she was always a good teacher to me anyways, your pets are, your loved ones are, she's teaching me to learn how to live alone. And it's not easy, but it's happening. I've survived 21 days, so I'm clearly doing something correctly. I have actually, my psychologist was on surgery, so she's able to take me in, and I have got a couple appointments booked up with her, so I'm going to be looking at that, just trying to help through this transition. So I even wrote an article on it, so I stand by what I teach. I do follow those things, my teachings as well, because it's just as important for you to be in that journey and to learn from your own teaching. So definitely I'm not a parrot that just keeps teaching and then doesn't follow it. I'm not one of those teachers. I do follow my own teachings. So that's why I'm doing well in the journey, because I do pay attention to what I teach. So yeah, if you are at that stage where you're not afraid to be alone, and there's many of you that are like that, you're not attached to anything or anyone, then definitely you are on the right track, because you are in the verge of raising your vibration, your consciousness, and keep doing you, keep being this way, because you're not going to be alone forever. I promise you that. It's the way that the universe operates, and you will find somebody that's going to match where you are in your life. And I always say that in order for you to have a high value partner, and this doesn't have to be a twin flame. A lot of twin flames are not necessarily, your DM, maybe not in that vibration, and that's fine if they're not. But if you want to attract a good, high value partner, then you should be also becoming that high value person, right? You will look at, if you are trying to become that high value person, you will look at, and people will start complimenting you on that as well. So yeah, if you're putting investment in you in whatever way, you will look the part, and you will find somebody that's gonna be of that high value, that meets the same vibration as you, because that's what you want. You want to attract a high value person, not somebody that's running away, and not somebody that's afraid of relationships, not somebody that is in a karmic relationship, not somebody that is in denial of the connection, not somebody that is allowing their fears, blocks of whatever it is, from coming forward and being with you, right? So why would you be interested in something, somebody that has that kind of lower vibration anyways? You want somebody that's going to be of a higher value person, or that has a higher value. Life is short, and that's one thing that is taught me. And your whole point is to be in an abundant life. And if abundance does not mean to be with your twin flame, then that's what it is. Because if they are not in that abundance mindset, then definitely you're not going to attract that, because you are what you attract what you are. And if you are in that vibration, then yeah, definitely you'll attract somebody way better. So hopefully, Luminous, this kind of explain to you where you are in your journey, and you know what you should be doing next and what to hope for. So hopefully this made sense to you. We've got Lucy that is asking, hi, hope you're doing great. I have a question. Is it normal to feel like you're giving up on your twin flame? I understand they feel overwhelmed and start running away, but can we tell when is the right time to approach again and try to reunite? Thank you in advance. So if they are running away, like if your twin flame is running away from you, then don't chase them. It's easier said than done, because you feel like the more I chase, then maybe they will come back to you. It actually repels them. So and trust me, I know firsthand that that's what it is. That's why they block you. That's why they don't want to have anything to do with you, because you're chasing them. And it wouldn't be, it all depends on how much you're chasing, because sometimes you think, well, I'm not really chasing him or her. I'm just sending them a text here and there, or I'm just saying this or saying that. It's not a big deal. But you got to realize, when it comes to your twin flame, everything is probably amplified like 1,000 times. So even if you're texting them, or you're trying to call them or sending them email or whatever have you, and you're just even saying hi, or you're wishing them something, that's probably amplified. They probably feel like a nuclear explosion has hit them. I don't know. I'm just giving you this kind of example, but that's what it is. So I want to say that if you are thinking of contacting them, and if you are trying to approach them at a right time, there's not going to be a right time, unfortunately. And the more you focus on that and not on yourself, then you definitely will be pushing them away. So the only way you can really get their attention is through your inner work and your inner healing. And like I said in the earlier question, my answer was that if you want love, then you should become it. If you want your twin flame, you need to become that. And when you are busy becoming all that, then you definitely are going to attract something way, way, way amazing. It could be your twin flame, or it could be somebody or something way better. So you are what you are. And if you become that, if you want to become a high value person, then definitely you won't be chasing anybody. You won't be even chasing your friends and family, because high value people don't chase people. So you allow people to come to you, and you allow things to come to you, and all that stuff happens automatically. I started reading when my little girl passed away. I stumbled on this book, and I really want to say that is a really good book by Rhonda Bean. Let me see if I can find it. It's from the Secret series, and let me just quickly Google it so that I can tell you the title of this. Okay. Okay, let me pull this up. Here we go. Okay, so I just pulled it out of Amazon account, but you can definitely read it, because I stumbled on this, and after I read this, I'm still in the process of reading it, and it's me finding time to do it. So that's why I say my videos are longer. So because it takes time for me to push content down in my busy life. So as much as I have read it, I have actually enjoyed it. I have back there, you will see all my books of Rhonda of the Secret series. I don't know where it's kept in my shelf, but if you do a screenshot, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see all my books that I have. So you can see it like that. So it's back there. Anyways, I ended up purchasing all her books, and I believe there's about three, four, six that I have, 6 books, and I ended up buying them all because I absolutely swear by her teachings, because it's so important if you're on a twin flame journey to actually read them. If you don't have time to read them, then get the Kindle version or the audiobook. Listen to it over and over again. I really highly recommend you to do that. So this is the book that I'm mentioning, The Secret to Love, Health and Money. It's the master class. You can look at it, and that's the book. So I really encourage all of you guys to read that. It's gonna really assist you guys. So hopefully you you guys got what I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell, and that is that in order to attract a high value mate, you want to become that high value mate. Hopefully this answered your question. Do not chase them. You will always have the desire to reunite with them. You always will, because that's the soul's desire. That's the work of your highest self. And they will also have the desire to reunite with you or to want to be with you. But when it comes to your soul, it has other stories. It has other things that it has in mind. So not necessarily, that's the action plan, right? What your action plan is, you will only know. So yeah, focus on yourself, less on trying to find the right time to go approach them. If you're looking for the right time, that right moment, it'll never come. It's not supposed to. So allow the universe to create that right moment and the right time. And the only way you can do that is if you let go of that idea and just become that vibration and let the universe do what it's supposed to do. Step out of its way. That's what everybody that teaches law of attraction will tell you. Step out of its way. Allow them to figure things out for you. You don't figure it out. Don't control things. So let go of the control issues. This is an excellent question, by the way. All of these are excellent questions. I always encourage people to ask these questions, because when people ask these questions, what it allows people to do is to get the answer, but then through me, imagine how many people are looking at these answers, are watching it, and they probably have the same questions anyway. So never shy away from asking any of these questions. You guys can answer these questions in my personal Facebook group, or you can message me, or you can write it in a comment or a YouTube comment in any of the videos. I pick all of them anyways, and I look at everything, and if it's a question that's worthy of it to be aired, then I will definitely screenshot it, and and then I bring it up here. So definitely keep doing what you guys are doing. Okay, so Elizaveta is asking, dating other people prevents you from a reunion with your twin soul. I always get asked about all of this. I don't think it prevents you from a reunion with your twin soul at all. What if it's not meant to be a reunion with your twin soul? So you're going to be waiting for this twin flame forever that supposedly doesn't want to have anything to do with you. It doesn't make sense to me. So I would suggest that if you are interested in dating other people, and if it's something that you are led to do, allow it to just happen naturally. Don't go looking for partners and stuff like that. Like, don't go into dating sites and apps and all those kind of things looking for things. I have a friend that's not a twin flame, but she's a little bit spiritual, a little bit, not much, but she said this to me, and I thought that was very interesting. She said that when I got married, she's divorced, so she said that many years ago when I was about to get married or whatever, she said that the universe ended up throwing this guy, so the guy of her dreams fell out of the sky at that moment, right? So she literally said that it fell out of the sky. So that's her telling me that the universe planted it for her. So fast forward now a few years, many years later, she has the same thing that she's saying. She's single and she's enjoying her single life. She's got lots of things going on. She's going to school. She's got a daughter, and she travels, and she works a lot, and she's got everything going for her life. She's well settled at this point. She did what she needed to do with her life, and she's just enjoying that aspect of her life, in every sense. But what she's saying now is the same thing. She said, if I'm supposed to have somebody, or I'm not going to go looking for this guy in my life, the guy is just going to fall out of the sky. And I literally agree with her, especially when it comes to my own, I guess, love life, or relationship life, or whatever. If I'm not going to go around looking for this guy, but most likely it'll happen the same way. He's going to fall out of the sky. And that's when you are in that kind of high vibration and you're enjoying your life, you're doing what you need to do with your life, you're not going to be even worried that you're single and that years are passing by and all that sort of thing. There's life still left. So enjoy every moment of your life. Do not be always hung up on your partner, because your partner will never ever make you happy anyways. It doesn't matter. People always have this wrong idea of romance. They think that once they are in a relationship, they will be happy. It's not that. Your biggest relationship is with you. That's the longest relationship you'll ever have with anybody, would be yourself. So you should make sure that you have a really, really good relationship with you. And when you have that amazing relationship with you, your longest partner ever, then what will happen is that other people would love to be in a relationship with you as well. So that's why I always say that you need to do you need to focus on yourself, you need to become that love, because if you enjoy your company, then other people will also become attracted to your company as well. And this book that I mentioned, it's going to teach you that. So highly recommend. It's the best $15 you'll spend, for those that are living in North America. I don't know what the other countries, what they sell for, but it's not an expensive book. It'll cost you $20-$30 maybe, but the word of wisdom that's there, that Rhonda Bain is explaining, I really think that some of you will really absorb what she's saying here. Me, I'm just explaining it to you in a nutshell way, but she will of course go in a very lengthy way. So read that, because I think that will really assist you guys. So yeah, I don't feel, and I don't think that that is a correct way of thinking, that if you're dating other people, it's gonna prevent you from your own twin flame reunion, or reunion with your beloved twin flame, because you don't know whether that is even an aspect that you will see in future with them. You don't know. Yeah, you get signs and things, and you've been told in certain readings and stuff like that you have a life, you have seen visions and stuff like that, but all that is also work of your higher self. You don't know until it unfolds whether that is the case or not. So have that attitude that your dream person is going to fall out of the sky when you are meant to be in that relationship. So yeah, don't go around looking for a relationship, because then you're looking for love, and you cannot look for love. You have to become love. If that makes sense. It's the best way that I can explain you in a nutshell, that if you're looking for love, love will not find you. You have to find that within yourself. And when you find that within yourself, then all sorts of things will align as well. And that includes the love of your life, and it could very well be not your twin flame. So there you go, Elizabeth. Hopefully my pep talk made some sense to you. We've got Lorena that's asking the next question. When almost coming to union, do you start getting excited or feel your twins' energy like they are around? It's a really, really good question. And a lot of twin flames will tell you that they feel this excitement all the time. Including me. I've been feeling it for the last few years, but there's no sign of him. So what this means, I want to say that the love struck part of me will say yes, 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 but the teacher part of me that knows better will say no. And I'll explain why. Of course, you know, your twin flame is your biggest juicy carrot that your soul dangles all the time in front of you, and you will feel like, and the whole point of why you feel that your union is coming near is because your soul is just lying to you, right? It's full of lies, and they tell you this because they want you to remain in that positive vibration. They want you to work on yourself. They want you to heal. They want you to invest in yourself, whatever way that it needs to. They want you to dive into your own spiritual alchemy in whatever way, so that, you know, you continue doing what you're doing. So it will give you that notion that your reunion is near, and it could be years before it's the case, or if that. So yes and no, and that's what my answer is. So you could be feeling this way for years and you wouldn't have a sign of your twin flame ever in your physical reality. So I would say, if you're feeling that way, then it makes you feel good anyway. So you are in that euphoric state where you you're just in the bliss. And if that is the state that you're in, then enjoy it. That's nothing wrong with it. You know, you should. It gives you a purpose to living life, you know, where you have something to look forward to. So, and it gives you hope. So yeah, it's not a negative energy to be in, but if you are, you know, expecting something out of it, where if this doesn't happen and you are, you know, getting depressed over it, or, you know, you feel other emotions that are not so good, then I would say then that would be a negative aspect where you need to snap out of it almost. So yeah, if that's happening where you feel that way and you don't have an outcome attached to it, what I'm trying to say is that if you're feeling this way and you're okay if 3 years has gone down, 3 years have gone by, 5 years have gone by, or 10 years have gone by, and you have no sign of your twin flame, and if you're okay with that aspect and it doesn't bother you, then that's fine. You know, that's you just being in that in that positive vibration. But if it's something that's going to bother you, where you're going to be depressed about it, and, you know, whatever have you, because they haven't shown up in your physical reality, then you don't want to be in that energy. So it all depends on your own personal take to that. But yeah, you feeling excited that your twin flame is near, or is around the corner, or is in the horizon, that's all nice feeling, but not necessarily that's what it is. That's what I've seen from my own experience. I've been feeling that for the last few years, like I said, and he hasn't shown up in my physical reality, so I just ignore it now. So should you. I'm laughing because it's as pathetic as it sounds, but that's what it is. And what was the second part of the question? If you are feeling your twin flames energy, this is the second part of her question. She's saying that you start getting excited when you feel your twin flames energy around you. You never almost have that anyways. I don't feel that any twin flame connection, especially if you have a very intense connection with your twin flame, you'll never ever not have feelings that your twin flame is not around you. Not only that, but the earlier question that one of the viewers asked was, you know, that they come in your dreams. So that's all part of that. They are never ever not with you, right? In an energetic way, they're always there with you. They're showing up in your dreams. They show up in your healing sessions. They show up energetically around you. They support you. They give you insights. You know, many things. And that goes with even mission work. I've said that many times. When I started doing my mission work, of course, you know, he had blocked me, and you know, there was no way that he knew that I had even sent him that message that, hey, I'm stepping into my mission. How do you feel about this and all that? He didn't get that message, but energetically, he's given me enough signs to know that that is okay. And biggest sign was when I was looking for my twin flame intro for YouTube, and I was looking for this divine masculine, and I stumbled on the one that ended up going onto my intro, and the clothing that he's wearing is very similar, and even the beard and everything is very similar to my twin flame. There is one photo that he has where he's wearing similar outfit, similar colors, and he's got the beard and all that, right? So that was his higher self saying it's okay. So I just want to say that they'll always be there energetically, supporting you in every single shape or form, whichever way that they can, because they are with you in this life for a reason. They're meant to, and if they think about it, and if they are energetically supporting people that are on their mission work and all that, isn't that a good thing? You know, usually that's what it is. So you'll never ever not feel that your twin flame is not energetically around you. You'll always feel it, and that's the thing. That look at it this way, that it's a positive thing, and do not use that aspect as thinking that they're going to be showing up in your physical reality, or that you have something more permanent with them, where you know you don't know whether every connection is different. So it's hard to say whether you and your twin flame are meant to be together or not. Only future knows that, right? And you will never know that 100% until it actually happens in a physical reality. So meanwhile, just enjoy those kind of aspects that they're there, helping you, supporting you in whichever way that they can, by giving you signs and things. That's their job, and they actually do fulfill that to the perfection that I know. So hopefully that was, I don't know if those were answers that you all needed to hear, but that's my best answer to you. That yeah, you'll feel that they're always around the corner, and that they are going to show up and message you. This. I've been feeling that for years, and that's not the case, and it's not meant to. So, you know, it's simple law of attraction that if you're not looking for something, then that's when it actually appears. So, be in that state where you're not looking for anything, or you're not trying to decode too many of these signs and things, or these feelings that you guys get. Just leave it, you know, step out of the universe's way, allow the universe to bring you whoever is meant to be brought to you, whether it's your twin flame or somebody better. You always want to have a very open mind when it comes to that, because if you are not meant to be with your twin flame, then you're blocking that energy for somebody else to come in your life, right? You know, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are open to receive whatever is meant to show up in your physical reality. And sometimes some relationships do come as a lesson, and it's lesson for you to move forward, not for you to move backwards. So allow that to be part of the lesson, part of the experience that you needed as for your soul. So yeah, if you're feeling that by dating other people you're going to block that reunion process, you don't know that. You know, just allow things to happen as naturally as it's supposed to, and see what happens. So with this was Vinita Kumar giving you guys the AVA series, Ask Vinita Anything, do put down your questions. I do look at them all. Like I said, I look at every comment, and yeah, you can submit it whichever way you want, and I'll be more than happy to air it here for you guys. With that, all the best with all the questions that were asked here. Hopefully you guys got some really good answers out of it.